and that's what the world should be about. It's one of my greatest um, uh, one of my greatest things is about leaving a legacy that we can be proud of. And
Yeah, yeah.
there's a song by Beyonce called "Footprints of the Sands of Time." I love that song because
Okay.
it's like it talks about I was here, I did my thing, I left my footprints, and that's what we all have to do when with our lives. Muhammad Ali says, "Your price on earth is doing good," something like that. I truly believe in that. What about you? Do you believe in that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I think the Silicon Valley version of that code is, uh, leave your dent in the universe. So what's the dent in the universe you're gonna do, right? And yeah, for me, it's what's all about. I think I'm very much a believer, or not a believer, and experiencing the evolution, both personal and collective. So we're here to learn and to make things evolve to the next level, be part of the learning. So how are you making your dent in the universe, my dear friend?
Oh yeah. Well, if I'm ever at a networking event and people ask me what do I do, I
Yeah,
tell them I'm changing the world.
so good. That's so good. It's one line, right? What are you doing?
Change the
It's
world,
not
believe me.
like I do accounting or something like that.
you know. And often they're like, "Well, how do you do that?"
Ah,
and I just say, "Well, by just focusing on social mobility." Um,
yeah.
so I'm not sure if ever people know, but I run a organization called Generation Success.
Mm-hmm.
It was started after the London riots in London in 2011. We saw a lot of burning buildings, a lot of people saying we had a disenfranchised generation.
Mm.
Um, I was like, I don't want to be part of the noise. I want to be part of the difference, which I want to see. Um, so Generation Success is that difference. Is we remove, well, we are an inspiring network that advances social mobility for
Mm.
all people with diversity, and we do that by removing barriers and connecting business to all people with diversity, um, to enable people to achieve their career aspirations.
Mm.
And we do that through talks, through nurturing talent, mentoring, and for
Mm-hmm.
encouraging companies to create more fairer recruitment practices.
Mm.
And our long-term aspirations is to be that recruitment company that actually enables diverse talent to get into organizations. Um, and it was really interesting yesterday, not the terrorist attack, but yesterday there was a report
Mm.
that said black graduates are twice as likely to be unemployed after universities compared to white graduates. And when we talk about changing the world, it's like if you want a generation of aspirational young people, we
Yeah.
need to be able to one show them people who look like them who are at the top of industry, but two
Ah.
actually say yeah, and two actually um, say to them your dreams and your aspirations are possible,
Yeah.
and you have a equal playing field when it comes to going after that. So yeah, you know so that's the dent I want to live in the world, creating equal access.
I
um
love it. I love it.
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
like the way that, inequality is such a big issue in the world nowadays, and I like your approach because I've seen a lot of approach where it's fighting against the system, protests.
Uh,
That's important, but I like your approach that instead of trying to destroy the system, you're trying to work within it and to make, you know what I mean? It's like a different approach.
it is indeed. And um when I was younger, I made a pledge that I would not worry about things which are outside of my control. And
Yeah.
we society, a lot of people um get disheartened and they focus on things which are outside of the control. You
Yeah.
know, they focus on the storm, on the rain. Like you can't change that. But what you
Yeah.
can, what you can change is the clothes you wear. What you can change is whether you go outside or not.
Yeah.
And it's the same approach to this. You know, I'm not a Rockefeller. I'm not
Yeah.
Bill Gates. Um, but what I have been able to do and show as is as one individual, you can
Yeah.
actually get corporates involved. You can actually get people of influence involved who
Yeah.
share your share your thinking to make a difference. Yeah. So
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And when we talk
I
about
just attended the talk last night, and one of the speakers, he told this story, and it stayed with me, and which relates to what you're saying. Well, the story was there was this big storm, and because of this a storm near the ocean, so because of the storm, like thousands and thousands of starfishes were washed ashore, and then this guy was picking up a starfish and throwing it back to the ocean, and then another guy goes, "Hang on, stop! What are you doing? There's so many of them. It's impossible. You can't possibly put them all back. It's not making a difference." And then the guy says, picks up another starfish and says, "Well, it makes a difference to this starfish," and he threw it back. So it's
amazing. I
like,
love
yeah,
that story.
yeah,
I love that story.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to use that to my next talk.
yeah. Go for it, man. And this is how we spread the good memes. It's not just memes are not just about funny cat videos. You can have memes that can change people's lives.
So true. It's so true. You know, perfect. And also talk about conversations.
Yeah,
A conversation I had yesterday was kind of related to this. About doing what you can to make a difference.
yeah.
Basically, I had a meeting with a massive law firm
Mhm.
in the UK, in the world, one of their managing directors. And what I loved about our conversation was the fact that she said 20% of the time I know if I make a hiring decision,
Yeah.
um, I might fail, or if I make any decision, I might fail 20% of the time. And she goes, being lawyers, my other partners are um, risk adverse. and she,
Yeah.
but she said that one thing that really caught my attention, and she goes, for me, it's important that I own my failures. If I make a decision, I know 20% of the time it's going to be failure, but I own it, and
Yeah.
by owning it, and
What was it?
and
Owning
that's
it?
important.
What?
By owning my failures, I take ownership of it,
Yeah.
rather than it taking ownership of me, you know.
Awesome.
And she was like, yeah, and she was like, I don't delegate my failures to anyone else. They're mine,
Yeah.
so I can change. I was
That's
like, me
good.
and you need to talk more.
So yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
It
know.
reminds me of I have a good friend of mine, Nicole Dado, and she talks about when we think of a lot of people work on themselves, right? It's a huge industry now of people working on themselves, trying to get better. And like many people, when I was doing this for me, I thought this is where I am, and I want to change. So I want to be there. So I have to leave this behind and to be a better person, a different person. But Nicole said, no, you bring everything. So you're talking
Mm,
about, so it's not like I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna leave my background, my failures, no, you bring it all with you. Bring everything, even the most embarrassing moments. You bring it with you when you move. It's not like
love
you're
it.
trying to get out of your life and invent a new life. You bring the thing with you. It's like, yeah, you're going back to evolution again. Like Mother Nature doesn't start from scratch. It just builds on from, like, we still have like old genes from ancient fish, in our genetic code. So she just builds on
Yeah,
what's successful in the past. So, which is like generation success. You're building on past successes, right?
definitely. We are indeed. We are indeed. And what I love about what you just said is, um, you do bring everything with you, and all your experiences are part of your journey of who you need to become to get to where you want to get to. And
Yeah.
yeah, so you're so on point. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.